Hello, 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 everybody. Today we are playing with the one horse open sleigh. I've got several cards to show you, lots of stuff to show you, plus the stamp set and the die set. It's my Christmas in July. Finally, 31st of July. I've made it by the skin of my teeth. Next week, too late. But I've managed to just sneak in under the radar with my Christmas in July class. So welcome, my name is Pip Todman. I run queenpipcards.com for all your Stampin' Up needs, and also the Card Making Know-How membership, which is the cardmakingknowhow.com for all your learning needs. So if you want to learn how to go from a beginner to a confident card maker in 4 easy stages, then come along and join us. It's a lot of fun. I also have a massive Facebook group, some of which are here. Hello, hi Bobby, joining from the Facebook group, and also my membership group is on as well. Plus I'm live on YouTube. So let's have some fun today, shall we? Who wants to play with Christmas? I mean, thankfully, it's a little bit cooler here. It's not like 30 degrees or anything. So it's a little bit more wintry. I know it's July. I know some of you are like, no, don't talk about Christmas at the moment. But I know others of you have pretty much finished your entire Christmas catalogue. So, yeah, I want to talk to you about that today. So let's have some just fun with some great papers. And there's a lot of Christmassy papers out this time of year. The ones I'm using are for Stampin' Up. If you want them, you can grab them. The details are in the description below. It comes with a stamp set and a die set, which you can get as well. But the papers themselves are just beautiful. I'm also going to show you how to do a shadow box card, which is a lovely fun fold, which is probably one of the simplest fun fold cards you can do, as long as you have a die cutting machine or something that can form an aperture. So we're going to play with that. And we're going to just get a little bit Christmassy. I should have worn my Santa hat today. Anyway, let's have a look. Who's here? Who have we got? So Jackie's on, Cheryl's on, Sharon's on, Angela's on, Bobby's here. Bobby said she started my Christmas stuff. Nola's here from Australia. Hello, 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 everybody. So I had a lovely couple of days away last week. So thank you for all your messages about that. It was fun. We went and saw the sea, which was just lovely. I always love seeing the sea. And it didn't rain on us too bad, so that was good. A few little sprinkles, nothing much. So yeah, it was really nice. Just 2 days doing something different, which was lovely, and seeing a different part of the country, which we've never seen before. We've driven through it, but we've never actually stopped and looked at it. So it was nice to do that. So I want to talk to you about this horse and sleigh. Let's go hands down, shall we? Let's go hands down, because it's probably easier to see what's going on. Hi, Claire. Hi, Penny. Oh, Mandy's on, Jane's on, and we've got somebody from Facebook who I don't know who you are, but if you just if you do StreamYard.com from the link that's in the it's in the description. If you just click that link, then in the description, you should just be able to tell StreamYard, yes, it's okay for Pip to know who I am, and then I'll know who you are. Or you can just put your name at the end of every comment. Okay, so let's switch hands down. There we go. Put my lights on. Ta-da! And this one. There we go. Nice and bright now. So this is the stamps. Oh, that's a little bit too close to me. Hold on. Let's move that back a bit. And maybe up a bit, actually. Maybe it's a bit close. Let's just do that. See how that goes. Okay, so this is the stamp set and die set. So you can see it's got this lovely horse and sleigh, which is nice. But it's the papers really that I was drawn to first off. And this is a set of 6x6 papers. And these are probably the easiest papers, I think, for Christmas to just design with, because it's all done for you. So you look like an artist even when you haven't done anything. Oh, Cheryl says, oops. Oh, Bobby says she's just got this set. She loves it. Mandy said she's just bought this suite. The papers are divine. And Cheryl says that Flora the crafty cat is also watching because she knows my voice. That's so cute. I love that. Thank you. Hello, Flora. Lovely to see you. Okay, so this is the first one. And then this is the second one. So you can see that each one of these is basically a snow scene. You could stick a snowman on top of that. You could stick a couple of kids running around with snowballs. That's lovely. That's very autumny, I think. Even though it's got snow on the ground, it's got these little touches of autumn leaves still falling. So it's like right at the very end, and a gorgeous sort of winter sunshine there. It's actually getting bleached out a little bit by my lighting. So let's turn that down just a smidge so you can see a bit better. There we go. This is a fun one with our house, a chalet in the middle of the woods with the lights going on and all those, just lighting showing up on the snow, reflections. This is interesting because it's like a 3D looking down from the top of the trees. I really like that one. And then we've got this beautiful snow scene, it's just gentle. Again, horse and sleigh going across that easy. Horse and sleigh going up this hill nicely. Just lovely cards. This is probably one of my favorite ones with a little deer in the middle of the card. I just think it's gorgeous. Then there's some trees with a fence line. And then there's this little fox here in the snow, almost in a blizzard, it looks like to me, this one. Little house with a bridge or some fencing or something. I think it's probably, I don't know what that is actually, some kind of fencing. And then another one with a tree. So they're all the front papers. And then the backs are, just all over prints, which are great for any kind of card that you want to make. Just lovely colours, right? Really nice Christmassy colours. Dark blue, dark green. We've got some crumb going in there. Love that bit of wood, grain, some reds. Really nice. But the front is really where all the action's going. Hi, Dimity. Nice to see you here. So I've been playing with these and I've made a couple of cards. These were the first. This was the first one I made, I think, and this one. With the little rabbit, because there's a little tiny rabbit that you probably miss the first time you look, but there's just a little rabbit in there. So cute. Maybe a hare, but I think it's a rabbit. So just the papers with just the wording, a bit of trim. And I actually put, I don't know if you can you see? Oh, there we go. I just smushed some metallics over that. So, these metallic bottles of, they're like, they're the Stampin' Up version of Nouveau drops. I'm just going to say that. And they work beautifully. And you get 3 in a packet, gold, copper, and silver. And you just smush it with your finger. And it just gives you that kind of smushy line. This one I've used them as drops and just popped them on there. And added some snowflakes, which is pretty. And this tree. And then I've got 2 more cards I'll show you later. But I'm going to show you how to make a really simple card to start off with. And show you the stamps as well. That's horse and sleigh. And then they've got things like these big trees and stuff. So you could build up a whole kind of, you could have a tree coming behind the horse and sleigh, or a tree this way. They come in this way behind the horse and sleigh this way. With some of that papers at the back. I mean, they're just stunning. Great for 6x6 cards. Great for DL cards. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to find a bit of the one sheet that I want, because I don't want to split up the other ones, because I know then how many I've got. Not that one. It's the one going up in the... Right, so we've got this one, which I just love, and this one, which I just love. So... And then I'll show you a couple of the other ones I've done with those as well. And then we're going to make a shadow box with the 2 sheets that I had out and now I have not got out. What have I done with those? Oh, here they are, these 2. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay. So these colours, Misty Moonlight, Early Espresso, really nice. See, look at that going up there. Isn't that great? I mean, there's a card. Job done. You don't really have to do any more than that. If you want to chop it down, it will just about fit to a normal size card for us in the UK, or you can leave it as a 6x6. Where is my cardstock? Here we go. So if I wanted to make this, you could either buy the cards 6x6 pre-made, or you can use your cardstock and cut it down, or you can turn it into a normal size card. I'm going to do 2 normal size cards. Am I using... Have I picked... Oh, I've picked Misty Moonlight for all of them. Okay, we're going to make a whole set of Misty Moonlight cards today. Hi, Betty. Oh, yes. Hi, Claire. Claire says she's loving it. Afternoon Pip says someone, I don't know who you are. You need to do the whole StreamYardy thing again. So if we just take this down to normal size, so this would just be half a sheet of your normal cardstock, chopped down and then scored in half. Okay, that's to start off with. Now I want to do one, I'm going to leave that one for a minute. I just want to make one that's just serene. Yeah, so I don't need a lot of layers on this. I just need to position my paper in the right place. Who's coming to my workshop? Who's coming to my free workshop? Everyone's concerned that I'm going to be charging them money. It's free. It's in my Facebook group. If you're a member of Card Making for Beginners and Beyond, it's free in the Facebook group, and you can join and get a free design worksheet to go along with the workshop. It's going to be a whole week long, pretty much 3 days plus my normal Monday. And if you do want to do VIP, you get Q&A on the Friday as well. So VIP is just a £5. If you want to add that on, it's entirely up to you. It's not essential, but it gives you some extra bonuses. But if you just want to join the workshop, you can join it for free, and you get your workbook and everything for free, and all of the tutorial, all of the webinars, etc. They're actually going to be lives, are going to be available in the group. Okay, just for a short time. I'm not leaving them there forever, because this is actually content that is in my membership. So normally you have to pay for this content. So normally, yes, it would be £15 a month to be a member of my Card Making Know-How membership, but I'm going to give it away for free during this short period, 2 weeks, in the membership, in the Facebook group, so that you can see what it's like and see if you want to learn more from me. Because there's nothing like sharing with you how I do stuff and what I do, for you to understand what I do and how I do it, etc. Okay. It's all going to be online, Nola. It's all going to be in the Facebook group as replays. You can watch it live, like you do my lunchtimes, or if it's not the right time for you, then you can come along and watch it afterwards, because you'll be able to do the replay, because it'll be in the group. It'll be stored in the group. So let me just do this, and then I can put this up. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, whoops, that's it. This is how you sign up for the workshop, okay, to register for it. All that means is I can send you emails about the workshop. I can't send you emails about anything else unless you already get my emails, in which case you're getting them anyway. It just gives me permission to talk to you about the workshop, and I will send you some reminders. I will send you the workbook that way, nearer to the time. And I will talk to you through the week with reminders of when I'm going to go live, replay links, all that kind of stuff. So it's really handy if you sign up, because it means you get it in your inbox. Okay. So yeah, sign up for that and you will get all of that stuff. Oh, good. We've got some people looking forward to it already. So Cheryl's looking forward to it. So Sharon, so's Nola. So that's good. Excellent. So yes, please come along and say hello. And I'm going to teach you the first 2 masterclasses in my designing courses that I have in the membership. So you can just pop in, learn it, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. It's free for you to come along and learn. Last year I did my inks one, so I taught everybody about inks, and everybody really loved the inks one. So I figured I'd do another one for designing, because that was the other thing that people said that they had real problems with. So I know people have issues with inks and what inks to use. There's already some information up in the group about that, but most of the real information is in the membership about that. But I did give it away for free last year. This year I'm giving away design for free. If you're in the membership, you don't actually have to sign up for anything. You will receive the workbook and everything, but if you do want to have the reminders of when I'm going live, then please feel free to just sign up anyway for the workshop, and it will just be like a reminder to you. So it doesn't matter if you're already a member, you can join, that's fine. It means you get the reminder emails and the links for the replays, etc. Okay, so I am just stamping. Can you see this? Yes, you can. Good. Come this way a bit, actually. Oops, there we go. So I'm just stamping that in Misty Moonlight. It's the same colour ink as the cardstock. And because I don't think it needs much more than this. But I do have 2 ribbons that I think would look good with this. I've got the boho blue, which is actually a bit softer. That's quite nice, isn't it, going with that? I don't know if I'm going to put it up there, because then that shows more of that, or down here. I think it needs to be down here. Or I've got this one, which is like a twisted. I love this twisted one, actually. Yeah, I think we'll just do the twisted. That'll be fine. We'll just do the twisted. Okay. So chop off the end of your sentiment. I mean, how easy. You could do like loads and loads and loads of these, and then just stick on some sentiments, some sparkles. Job done. Don't need any more than that. And there's your Christmas cards done for you, basically. So I love a paper pack that does that. I'm going to follow this way, actually. So see, I'm following the design here of the words that already go that way. I'm following that angle. Okay. And then I just want to tuck a bit of this just on this end. So I'm not going to waste putting a whole big slew of it, because we only need a little bit. Waste not, want not. Afternoon, Margaret. So I'll pop a glue dot on the back of that, or on the front of that, actually. And then I can position this where I want on here. So it just peeks out there. There we go. And then with some dimensionals to give it a bit of oomph, we will add. Now, you can add splatters to this. You can add pretty much whatever you want. That one's going to raise up a little bit, but I don't care. I'm okay with that at the moment, because I think it needs to. I'll just do this and this. Just helps to hold that ribbon in place there. And I'm going edge right to the edge here. Now, people are like, is it wonky or not? I always put my card upright because I have astigmatism. So if you suffer from wonkiness, hold your card up in front of you to see whether it's straight, and then just check from here to here. And I think that's okay. Then stick it down. Okay. Well, that was easy, wasn't it? Now we could add some sparkles if you wanted to with this, or what I really like doing on cards that are going to go, you know, really simply, is I get my Wink of Stella brush and I'm just going to flick some sparkles into that sky, like night sky coming in. There we go. So hopefully you can see. Can you see there now? I've got those those flicks. Doesn't like picking them up very much on my camera, but they're just sort of splatters. Maybe turn that up a bit more and you can get the effect of them. And they are sparkly splatters, so they're actually sparkles. So now we've got sparkles in the night sky on a very simple card. How easy was that? Ta-da! Okay, so there's that one. So there's that one, and then I created this one. This one, again, very simple. Just a couple of layers on this, and then I just cut that tree, and that was that. This one I've already shown you. Again, I just stamped the rabbit straight on. If you're scared of doing that, you could die cut it out. And then again with those. So again, very simple cards. Then we were going to look at this one and see how we could put this maybe on here. So this needs to be that way. But again, I'm going to go with a Misty Moonlight base. Now I've already stamped. When you look at the stamps, they don't look that big on the front. That's because they're at 80%. When you open them up inside, you can see it's a whopping great big stamp here, this one. And you can chop it off and just do the back end if you want, just do the horse if you want. There's lots of options that you can do when you're using that sleigh. Plus those little trees are quite cute. I think they're quite cute. Just on their own as trees, really. So you can do blending with this, you can do all kinds of stuff. So we're going to pop that on here, but I do want to have a little bit more, because this is going to go this way, so you can see how much it's going to take up of the card, quite a lot. And this might just only fit if it goes top to bottom. So that's a big tree, massive, great big tree. So I might actually not do it on this one, use that one on a more portrait card. So we know we're going to need to have sort of going this way, so it'll definitely fit in. Okay, we got that tree there. So if we can try and keep as much of that tree in as possible, it's not all going to fit in, but we can keep some of it. So to do this, I'm going to chop a bit off the bottom and a bit off this top, randomly just deciding where that's going to go, and then having a look this way to see whether I could actually do it. No. See, now if I take it to, if I keep that tree in, how much am I going to have to chop off here? Yeah, quite a lot. And then by the time you've got that in there, are you going to see it? No. I think we're just going to go like this. That's fine. I quite like having a bit of a base at the bottom. So what did I just cut that to? No. No, it's to come down. Oh, nearly made a mistake there. And then this one here. So these are just your standard first layers on a card. That's going to take that tree pretty much out of the equation, which is a bit of a shame, really. Had I thought about it, I probably would have chopped that off the other way. But anyway, there we go. So that's going to go along there, like so. And then this is going to come up here, like so. Okay. That's a steep hill for that poor old horse to climb, but it's making it. And then, of course, you would colour this in. So I'm not going to colour this in for now. I might colour it in later and put a finished picture up. Because with blends, you don't have to necessarily have it flat to colour it. That's a trick. If you didn't know that, you can actually colour after you've put it on dimensionals. I know it's a bit cheating, really, but you can if you wanted to. There we go. But yeah, I would probably colour this in some of the mossy meadow greens and blues just to tie in with the card, and then have this as a silver grey horse, probably. Or just leave it as a horse as it is. But let me show you one. So that's, again, a really simple card to make, isn't it? Oh, that's gone really bright now. Let's come down a bit. Don't need that. Again, very simple. And then you can we'll put the sentiment across here. And the back of this paper is lovely. This is the bit I chopped off, and it's really nice, got spotty bits on. So I would like to use that and kind of hide the fact that there's something here. So I'm going to take that as a little bit of a banner underneath. And the words for this one, I think we'll do the same, actually. Or maybe just joyful, although it's a little small. Sending more through. Yeah, I think I might just do the same. Is that big enough? Oh, there we go. There's a little piece I did earlier. I just chopped off the other piece. We'll just do that, I think. Again, picking out the blue, or you could pick out the brown. It's up to you. You could pick out the early espresso if you wanted to as well, just to be different. In fact, I might do that. Yeah, I might do that. Let's do another one with some early espresso. See how I change my mind now as we're doing our stamping. It's perfectly normal. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a mind change. I will clean my stamp though, don't panic. I'll not put it from blue into brown. That would be a bit weird. So clean that with my scrub. Let's do this again. That way we've got a spare one as well. That's handy. There we go. All right. Yeah, I think that's nice because that just lifts it from the blue. So again, I'm going to chop this off quite tight in here. There we go. That's going to go across there. So we'll chop this off too. Notice I'm not actually like measuring anything. I'm just going by eye, because sometimes that's the best way of doing it. I only really measure stuff when I need to do things for a class or one of my retreats. Other than that, I generally just do it by eye. Let's bring that to there, to there. Let's see, do I want to put a little, do I want to do a little bit of blue on there? Lighter blue on there or not? Oh yeah, but I'm just going to do a tag end. There we go. So again, just using a little bit of ribbon. This time I'm doing a tag end, as I call it, which means it's a double folded over piece. And then with your glue dots, you just glue it together. This is the easiest way of making this work. Fold it over and then put a glue dot on the actual ribbon where you're going to attach it to your card. And then you can just chop off anything that's over that because you don't need it. There we go. And that is just going to sit in there like so. I'll put this on flat and see how this is looking. That's excellent. Sharon says, so simple but beautiful for the last card. Yeah, I think that's what I like about it the most, Sharon, is that they're so simple. Now again, that might not be straight, so I'm just going to pick that up and check. Yeah, there we go. Bobby says, love it, lovely cards. Oh, Carol says, afternoon Christmas cards. Yes, I know. I know, Christmas cards. And if you didn't want to actually colour any of these, the horse and sleigh in, you could actually just do it as in blue, stamp it in blue and leave it like that, or stamp it in the early espresso and leave it like that, because that way, you know, you're not, you don't have to actually colour it, but I might colour it later. I'm just going to see if that will work on there, just to give it a little bit more glue. Okay, so I'm popping this in here, right over to the edge. There we go. So that when this comes in here, his hoof might be behind it, but that's fine. And then he'll go in there like that, and then we'll colour that in later. Oh, you like the details of the greeting? Oh, cool. Yeah. Penny says she likes the details of the greetings. She's going to try them. Yeah, just the little bits underneath. It just lifts the greeting from being a standalone greeting. Okay, so that's that one. So that's another, and I'll colour that in, as I say, later and finish that one off. Then I thought I'd show you two square cards that I made. So with this same set. So here you can see the sleigh coloured in. And I've just added some of those die cut pieces that go with the sleigh. So it's got like gold trim. See the gold trim on the sleigh and on the top of it. These are coloured in with blends. Then I've added some of those metallic dots onto the bridle here. This is stamped actually in early espresso. So it just goes to show you can use our blends with early espresso. Just have to leave it to dry. And then here's that big wishing you a season of cheer. It's a massive stamp. So it fits well on a 6x6. Well, this is a 14.5 by 14.5 centimeters. So it fits well with that. And then here again, a bit of vellum, because we do like a bit of vellum. And then these are the snowflakes that come in the collection as well. You get silver, gold, copper, and white. So they're nice. And then I just added this this blended tree, which you might not notice if you didn't realize that it wasn't part of the papers. But that's actually a tree that's been coloured in an ombre effect. So there's that. So that shows you how, I think, a little bit how versatile these can be in terms of just using the papers to make cards. Right, so we've got 3 blues, some square, etc. But as soon as I saw this paper, I wanted to go a bit 3D with it. Yeah, the 3D sleigh on the card, you like that? Excellent. But I wanted to go a little bit more 3D than this. So I'm going to show you the next card that I made. Then I'm going to show you how to make it, because it is the simplest, I think, one of the simplest fancy folds you can make, or fun folds that you can make. So this is a shadow box card. And the good thing is it folds flat, fits in a standard envelope, completely folds flat, but then pops forward like that when your recipient opens it, and it can stand on the mantelpiece, and it gives you this depth of field, because this is, you know, further away to the eye than this at the front. So this is called a shadow box. So I'm going to show you how we're going to make one. We're going to make a different one today. We're going to make one using these. So you're going to need 2 papers of any variety. And you want a bit of perspective going on. So I'm going to have these in the foreground because they're bigger, and this in the background because it's smaller. So then it will give even more of a depth of field look to it. And it is really easy. You need 1 piece of normal cardstock. So depending on whether you use letter size or A4, it will work on either. Okay. And you just cut it in half like you would normally. So chop it in half as a normal normal card base. Okay, that's your normal size card base. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut this piece, which is a normal card piece. You're going to cut it completely in half. Okay. So you end up with 2 halves, which is exactly the same size as if you'd folded it in half. So whatever your normal score line is to fold your card in half, either 4 1/4 inches or 10.5 centimeters. Okay, that's where you cut it. So you get 2 pieces. Then we're going to go in with some scoring, and for metric it's 2 centimeters and then 1 centimeter. And if you're doing it imperial, I would say it's probably what's that going to be? What's that going to be? That's going to be 1, 2, 3/8, something like that. 2 lots of 3/8. You want it just over, no, maybe even more than that. 1, 2, 3. No, probably, yeah, probably 3/8, I would say. I just need to double check on my big ruler because I think this does 16ths. It's not quite 3/4 of an inch, because that would be just a bit too much. Like 3/4 is too much, and it's smaller than a half, so just under a half, I would say. So that's 3/8, isn't it? I reckon. But for everyone else on here, it's 2 centimeters and 1 centimeter, because that's so much easier. But yeah, so you just want little tiny strips at the end with your crease lines in it. Okay, see those? Same on, and you do both pieces exactly the same. Now you do need a die cutter machine, because we're going to cut a hole in one of them, but we're going to cut a hole after we've put our papers on, so we don't do that, don't do anything just yet. Okay, that's your folding, right? That's it as far as your score lines are. Okay, so now you have 2 pieces that look identical to each other with these score lines down here. Okay, both sides. This bit in the middle, just measure whatever that is for you. For us, it's 10.5 by 10. I don't know, I can't remember what it'll be in inches because I haven't actually made this in your letter size cardstock. So now we need to fit papers on top of that. So we're going to chop a big circle out the middle of it. So you don't really need to worry about what's in the center of your card for this one. You're really looking at what's it going to look like when I chop a big circle out the middle of it. Okay, so if I had this here, for example, this is going to have no fencing at all. So maybe I want to move it up a bit. So I've got a bit of fencing, and I just basically chop that big tree out the middle. That would work. So I need to come just about the fencing line. You can probably do this as a 6 by 6, probably. I've not done it like that. I think you'd need to make it a bit longer, to be honest, but kind of needs to be personally, I like it rectangular because then when it squishes, it goes into a square. But it's entirely up to you. Okay, so let's keep these 2 trees. Let's get rid of a little bit more of that. Let's keep that bit there. And then just trim off that little bit there. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Oh, I've done that the wrong way around. Have I? Yes. I was right with... No, I've done that the wrong way around. I've taken off too much. Let's find another piece. Hold your horses. Let's find another piece. Oh, let's hope I've got another bit of that left. I'm sure I have, because you get 4 sheets. So that's fine. It's just a question of finding it. Come on, it's in here somewhere. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Oh, thanks, Leanne. You signed up for the workshop. Great. That's good. You'll enjoy that. It'll be good. Okay, so don't do what I've done. Here we go. Here we go. I'll use that for something else. So I was right this way. This way is 10. And the other way is 10.5, but I'd forgotten that. This one is 10. So I want 10.5. I'm just going to go there-ish. And then 10.5. I cut it down too far. Okay. Now we should have the right size. Okay, so that's going to go on the front. Hurrah. And that will have a nice matte, like a matte line around it. And that goes on the front piece then. And we're going to take a circle out of that. And then we're going to do the same dimensions, but inside. So we kind of want that to be our central focus point when we're looking at it from the outside in. So we know it needs to be 10 that way. So we can literally just chop that straight down there. And then we want 10.5. Make that in the middle. So I'm just lining it up as if that was still my central piece. And then we're just going to cut that there. There we go. So that's a kind of cheating way of doing it. Now, don't worry about all these scraps because you can use them for all kinds of different card layers and card designs. Plus, you've also got all the back pieces as well. So, you know, don't think that any of those are going to go to waste because they're not. These might go to waste, but the others aren't. So we'll put those in there. Oops. Okay, so coming back to this piece, we're going to glue this all over. Yeah, the DSP is great, Julie. It really does coordinate well. I think it's lovely. And Margaret says, the more I think I must get. The more I see these papers, the more I think I must get. Yes, the papers are just lovely. Now, make sure this is kind of gluey all around because you're going to chop that middle piece out. I'm going to pop that in there, like so. Okay. And let that sort of set for a minute while I get my machine out. Now, it's just too big to go through the mini. So I have to bring over the big one, the Duchess, as I call her. There we go. So do that. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop that circle right in the middle of the card. You could move it up a little bit if you wanted to, but I kind of like it in the center. So you're going to eyeball it and put your tape on the inside. We had lots of discussions about ripping cardstock and stuff. I always stick it on my hand, stick it on my jumper, get some debris on it before you actually pop it down on your card. And if you're using foiled card, that's tricky. It will definitely lift because it's, or any card that's not a solid colour all the way through, it can lift as well because it might be in layers. So just be careful. Low tack tape. Definitely low tack tape. Okay, here we go. So now we have cut out that circle from the center. There we go. And the good thing is that this is a lovely piece here in the middle, which we can, if we're careful with the washi tape coming off, we can absolutely use this piece again for something else. So I've got 2 of these now, so I can use that for another card easily, right? There's no fold lines top and bottom, Penny. The fold lines are on the side. So I'm trying to work out what these are. These are like 1, 2, I think they're 3/8. Because I've got little ones and then big ones. So it's 1, 2, I would do 3 of the bigger notches, not the 16ths, but the 8ths notches for each one of those score lines. And then again, yes, sorry, you meant the DSP. Yes, so just a normal kind of layering, how you would normally do it. I normally do a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. I do a quarter, 1/2 centimetre for me, which is about 1/4 centimetre for you guys in total. So that's like an 1/8. We don't do 1/8 over here. We don't do half of 1/2 centimetre. We just say cut it 1/2 centimetre smaller, and it will work out when you layer it on. It'll be like a 1/4 centimetre all the way around. So yeah. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to fold that. See how I folded that? So we fold it away from the front and then back in towards the front. So it's kind of like an accordion at the back there. Got that? And the fold lines are on the side. Okay, make sure the folds are on the side, otherwise it won't stand up because you'll be doing it like this and that won't work. So the folds are on the side. So then we're going to take the other half that we cut and we're going to glue this piece down. Like so. And this is why I don't really do fancy folds very often as part of my lives, is purely because I know how frustrating it is not to have all of the inches and millimeter and centimeter measurements, and then people get confused as to which one it is and which one it isn't. So I normally do those on in my membership, everything's got both, and in my retreats and paper parties everything's got both, but I don't do it on my lives so much, just because I know it confuses people and I don't want to confuse people, and then I get mixed up because maths is not my subject. Okay, so on the back piece you're folding them the other way. Did you see that? You fold them in towards the image and then back towards the sides. Okay, and then this gives you 2 that will fit together perfectly like so and form like a pinchy thing here. So if we glue these together now, you can stamp on the inside of here if you want to, but quite frankly with this paper I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary for any stamping, which is unusual for me because I love a bit of stamping. Make sure that this is the right way up. Ask me how I know that. Done that a few times, and in fact did it with that one. Put it on the wrong way around. So then we line up these 2. Come on. Make sure that they are sticking together nicely, these 2 edges. Come on, why are you being fussy? There we go. So those 2 are stuck. Okay. And then you can just fold it all in and do that. And then we're going to do these 2. And I don't put it close to the edge. You don't need to put this glue close to the edge. When you squish it, it will go close enough, believe me. So just do it down the middle. I think a lot of people have trouble with Tombow because they use too much. Tombow is super, super strong. You don't need a lot. You only need a little. And if you've got enough to wiggle it around with, that's perfect. So here we go. That's that. Now, because it's folded, it will try and pull itself apart. So you just have to be a bit strong with it. Just hold it for a minute. There we go. And basically that's it. Thanks, Carol. See you later. Isn't that easy? I know you're sitting there thinking, oh no, I've frozen. Oh no, I'm back again. You're sitting there thinking, wow, that is really simple, but it doesn't look good. I like to show you the simple. Sometimes simple is just as fancy can be. So, and I think really the papers do it really, but you could, you know, if you don't want these papers, you could do it in other ways. But if you've got papers like this, or if you have the ability to like stamp an image inside and then stamp some bigger things around the outside, that would work too. But with these papers, it's just so simple to make just a really simple little card like that. And then for me, I'm going to rummage in my die cut drawer here, or pot as I call it, my die cut pot, because I die cut things out, you know, en masse, and then I always have stuff. I reckon that just a simple little circle there with the word joyful on it from the stamp set is perfect, because it is joyful. But you could put Christmas, you could put, you know, whatever you wanted. And you know what I think? I don't know if this is going to work, but I would love to have like a little rabbit coming out on there. Oh, I don't know if it will come out on there. We'll see. So I'm going off piece now. But I just think a really nice little rabbit, really very, very lightly done. So I'm using smoky slate. And I'm going to stamp off. Let myself a little bit of grid paper here. Okay, so this bit I'm winging it really, because I'm thinking it'll work, but I don't know if it will. So take your rabbit, stamp it off. Is that a smoky slate? No, that's grey granite. Didn't think that looked right. Hold on. Get the right ink, Pip. Clean that bit off. Don't need that. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's better. So I'm just going to pop that little rabbit up there, just lightly. So it's kind of in the background. You almost can't see it. And then we're going to put joyful across the front of it. And we'll see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, then we'll do something different. But I kind of like the little rabbit doing a little bit of a hare's leap out of there. And he is joyful. So we'll do joyful. I can't see this. Can't see the round edges. Hold on. There we go. Oh, so he's just like in the background, a joyful little rabbit. That's kind of cute. I kind of like that. Okay, so questions. Oh my goodness, we've got lots. That was so easy, but looks very clever. Yes, indeed, Sharon, it does. A challenge for Leanne. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. I think I found the form for my main batch of Christmas cards. Yes. Easy, but looks clever. Jane says she made one of these a few years back. Well done for doing it live. I know. It can go horribly wrong in some cases. Jenna says, I'll struggle. Hello, Jenna. Lovely to have you here. I'll struggle with the measurements as I always do, but going to try it at some point. Love the idea and the look. Excellent. What papers are they? They are called the One Horse Open Sleigh. If you look in the description in Facebook, or like the description of the video in Facebook on the post, or in YouTube, then the item number is on there and the link to my shop. Jackie says, fun fold, easy to do and so effective, but only if you get the measurements right. Yeah, but they're simple measurements. They are simple measurements. Bunnies are kind of joyful. Yes, they are kind of joyful. Oh, thanks, Dimity. She likes it too. I think the rabbit, especially when they're jumping like that, they're kind of joyful. I love rabbits. So there's that one and there's that one. So two very, very different, like totally different, really. And yet they're exactly the same card. This one's just, this just needs to be pulled out. Now, all you do is you'd use exactly the same size on the back. Okay. So for centimeters, it's 10 by 10.5 for the papers, inside and out. Really simple. Okay. So then we've got those two. Then we've got this one, and we've got this one, which I'll just colour in and pop on later, and you'll see that later. Oh, I haven't put it down. Haven't finished it yet. Oh, dear horses. Sorry, no pun intended. I need to finish this, Pip. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there, and I might pop it up on. I'm just wondering if I want to put a bit of ribbon with it. Do I want to put a bit of ribbon with it? I don't know that I do. I mean, you could, but I don't think I do. I think I'm just going to pop it up. And do you know what? I'm going to splatter. Just going to do a few splatter just on the actual. So this has got a little bit of shine to it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of sparkle to it now. It needs a bit of something. Okay, so we're going to pop that on there. I'll just do dimensionals. Make sure that you're only doing dimensionals on the piece that won't stick through the hole. So stick your finger where the hole is and make sure that you don't do dimensionals where your finger is. Then when you take those off, you know you're going to get it right. I'll pop it down just about there, I think. It doesn't matter because the rabbit's not straight. The joyful doesn't have to be straight. So that's even, whoops, that's even better as my book. So, and you could add sparkles. Of course you could. Sparkles are always good. So we've got those two, these two. We've got this one. We've got this one. We've got this one that I did earlier. This one I did earlier. And of course my two 12 by 12s. So what do you think of that? That's any Christmas papers that have images. I know sometimes when you get papers and they've got like whole scenes on them, people struggle with how to use them. So I'm hoping that this has given you some ideas on how to use papers that have scenery on them, whether you get them from me at Stampin' Up or whether you get them from anyone else. It's all about making sure that you use your papers and you enjoy them and you understand how you can make them maybe a little bit different. And I think these shadow box cards help to make them, you know, look really different. And the good thing is that they're going to fold either flat that way, or you can put that way into the envelope. It doesn't matter. But as long as you've creased it well, they'll pop back up when the recipient opens them. So somebody's got to go back and watch from the beginning because they were late to the party. Thank you, Jane. That's lovely. Who wants me to give some cards away? Should we give some cards away? Favorite is the middle top one with the horse and sleigh. Yeah, I think the horse and sleigh is a lovely size for doing a shadow box like this. With the house behind it, just looks great. You could also do that same one with the I think partly I was debating whether to do it with this one because I think that would look great as well, don't you think? If you could have the house all lit up inside. I think that one would be good too, but I thought I'd do a different, not house, I'd do a different one. So lots of things that you can definitely play with there. Okay, so things to remember, things I'm going to remind you of. 1, sign up for the workshop. Come and have my free design workshop. It's free, guys. I can't tell you enough. I thought I'd made it clear, but obviously I hadn't made it very clear on the last post I put into the group. So I'll make sure that all my future posts are clear. It's free, unless you want to pay for the additional Q&A session with me, in which case it's a £5. And then, so that's for the workshop. If you are on retreat, if you are coming to Christmas retreat, or if you'd like to come to Christmas retreat, payments are due by the end of August. Okay, 1st of September, end of August. So I will be sending an email out, and I'll be sending you an email out with the items we have chosen. I've chosen for the retreat with Alison today for just in case the demos who are coming, so you don't put it into your pre-order on Wednesday. Okay, get that right. So if you're coming to Christmas retreat, that'll come out as well today. I needed to tell you about that today or tomorrow, so just in case you missed it, so that you don't buy it in pre-order. Apart from that, I think that's all I needed to tell you about, really. Workshop, retreat. Paper party is also coming. Oh, I can also do paper party, and I'll tell you what we're doing for paper party as well, so you don't have to buy that. So I'll be sending out a lot of emails about upcoming classes. If you want to sign up for the workshop, Bobby, the free design workshop, then you sign up here for that. So it's just everything's normally queenpipcards.com unless it's my membership, in which case it's cardmakingknowhow.com. So that's for the workshop. If you want to just go, do you know what? I'm going to bypass all the workshops. I'm going to be on holiday. I haven't got time for all that. I just want to see it in the membership. Then you can just join the membership now, cardmakingknowhow.com. Come and join us from today. Get all the behind the scenes stuff of what's going on. And if you want to book into, actually, I'll do this one. If you want to book into retreats or paper party, then you can come and book in for those now. My in-person retreat is in the UK. It's in Farnborough in Hampshire, but my paper party is online. So anybody can come to that as long as you're in a country where I can send you product. If you cannot buy from me on my store, then I will introduce you to my two fellow paper partiers, Katina Martinez in the States and Alyssa Tilsner in Australia. So we can do that as well. So we can hopefully cover most people. So Christmas retreat, Jenna, if you come straight to queenpipcards.com/retreat, it's in the UK in Farnborough, Hampshire. So if you're local to me, that would be great. Or if you can travel, we have people traveling in from all over: Manchester, Worcester, South Coast, Kent. They travel in for miles to come to that. It's a 2-day weekend retreat. So if you're interested in that, you can do that. And if you just want the online version, paper parties in there as well. Okay. Thanks, Penny. I love that. The membership is so great. I know. I'm so glad you're enjoying it and enjoying coming along. So that's great. I'm really glad that you're enjoying all the tutorials in the membership. Thank you so much for saying that. Oh, you're going to have the weekend. Oh, you're in Sheffield. Oh, you could easily come down from that then. I know it would be a bit of a trek, but yeah, come on down. You don't have to stay in the hotel. You can book elsewhere locally. So if you're interested in that and you want a cheaper option than the hotel rates, then let me know, because I can sort that out for you as well. Great. So yeah, just you can contact me through my contact form on my website, queenpipcards.com, or you can just message me, Jenna. So you can do that too. Or email me, in fact. Okay, who wants to do a card? Who wants to get a giveaway card? Let's do that. Let's have a look. Share my screen. We'll do this. We'll do this. Here we go. Which one are we going to do? Christmas in July. I think I've covered the brief for Christmas in July. Exclude winners. What? I don't need that. Right, there we go. 17 unique entries. So as long as your name shows up, you're in the draw. So here we go. 18. Somebody snuck in there at the last minute. I like that. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Not me. Can't be me. No, it can't be me. Draw again. Not me. As soon as I saw my name come up, then I was like, no. Come on. Come on, pick somebody. Sharon, yay! Congratulations, Sharon. You have won a card. I will be sending you one in the post. Last week's winner, I didn't manage to send out last week because I went on holiday and it was all just a bit crazy. So I'll be sending them both out this week. So I tend to batch stuff up and send it out rather than, we've got massive roadworks going on near our post office, and it's just horrendous to try and get anywhere close to it to send anything out. And I do everything through my business account, so it's easier if I can get to the post office. But I've got 2 people now. So Sharon, I'm just going to write your name down so I do not forget it. And then I will pick a card and send it to you. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Christmas in July with the One Horse Open Sleigh collection. It's available. It's not in the catalogue. It's only available online. So you can have a look at my links. And I hope you like the shadow box, which I think is probably one of my favourite, simplest ones. And I always forget to do it. So I'm glad I remembered this time around to do that. It worked perfectly with those papers. So get your Christmas papers out, ladies and gents. And I'd love to see your designs. Pop them in the group. Would be really good to see those. And I will see you same time, same place next week, when we'll be in August. Can you believe it? August is coming. So yes, I will see you then in August next week. And in the meantime, if you've got questions, pop them into the membership, into the Card Making for Beginners and Beyond Facebook group, or ask me via. If you're a member, you can pop it into the members group or on the forum, etc. And I hope you've enjoyed that. So thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye for now.